Yogi. Welcome to another adventure. I'm so glad you're here. Let's start today with some pelvic floor activation. So you'll want a block or something like it. We'll come onto our backs. You're going to start by placing your feet down, about hips distance apart. Tuck your tail a little bit. Let's rest the hands on the belly. And we'll actually close eyes, allowing the knees to drift toward each other. This is called resting pose. Let's take this time to tune into breathing. To let any calling of the day fall away just for this pocket of time where we tend to ourselves. As you breathe in, allow yourself to feel the back body, the ribs expanding, pressing into the floor. With each exhale, as we so often do, we'll feel the abdominal wall drawing backward. A slight activation there to support us through our movement practice. Let's take just another conscious cycle of breath together this way now. Emptying all the way until the waist almost cinches in and the belly button draws back. Can maintain some of that pelvic floor and ab wall engagement. We'll bring our hands to prayer or onto the heart as we tune into our own purpose. It's a big question, but could you identify just a single word or idea that comes to mind now if you were to consider your purpose in this life? What might that be? And may the yoga practice assist us as we aim to live in alignment with our inner calling and our inner purpose. I'm going to seal this with an Om. So take a breath in. Let's place that block right between the knees. Pelvic floor comes first, so press the heels down, draw the tail up, and then peel your seat up off of earth. Once here at the top, we're going to keep the hips relatively stable, but try to rock your knees left and right. I'm going to stay here for about 20 seconds. Also a good time to focus on the breath. Kind of like you're snaking your lower body. Halfway there. And then pause at the middle. Come up a little bit higher through the seat. And now another 20 seconds to pulse the seat upward. Go ahead. And you're halfway. Four, three, two, one. Release. Remove the block momentarily. Pull the knees in toward your chest. Nice and tight little squeeze. Rocking side to side. Now, place the block between your feet. You'll extend the legs all the way up. Okay. And we're going to just pulse the seat up a little bit, or pulse the tailbone up, so you don't have to make much movement, but it's powerful movement. And we'll do this on exhales, drawing the navel back with the effort. Come join me if you haven't. You got 20 more seconds on the clock. Let's go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. If you want to make it even harder, do a little double pump. Okay, halfway. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw this block between your knees now. Squeeze. This one is for the pelvic, or for the ab wall. So you lift the shoulder blades up off the ground. Lock your thumbs, sweep them up overhead. Hug the knees in really very close, tight little ball, and then extend the legs out. See if you can keep your lower back glued to the ground. So that might mean taking your legs pretty high up, actually, not so super low, and that is totally fine. We're going to move for 20 seconds. Go ahead. Belly strongly in. Remember, low back, flat on the ground. You don't have to kick your legs out all that low. Time is flying. You only got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Draw the knees in towards your heart. Give yourself that squeeze, rocking a little side to side. Let's roll on up to a seated position. Keep the knees bent and the toes up nice and high. See if you can draw your body weight back just a touch until you feel the abdominal wall engage. You'll take your block and tap it to the floor on one side and the floor on the other side. If you want to make it a little harder, hover your feet. Keep drawing the belly back. 20 seconds has begun. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Let's roll through, coming into all fours. Okay, taking time to wake up the spine, so you can tilt your seat to the left, look over the left shoulder, arcing the body like a half moon. And then look over the right shoulder, swing the hips to the right, like a C shape with the spine. And then stay in motion. You can even while out any movement. So welcome. One or two more on each side, depending on your pace. And as we sometimes do, we'll pause, push the ground away, turn this into a cat shape. Exaggerate it. Look to the other side and turn that into a cow shape. Sits bones lift. Other directions, back to the same side, push ground away, cat. Look over the other side, make it a cow. Find the center of your back. And take about 10 seconds for any natural movement. And pausing to find spinal rotation. Sweep your arms up, or the right arm up, I should say, and then tuck it underneath. Get in super tight, spine stays long, left hip tilts backward. Rest the cheek. Let's breathe. Plant your left hand, roll the right arm to the sky. This time, swing your left foot off to the left, extend the right leg, let it be long on the ground to start. You'll cross left arm over your ear, find the side body opening. Hover the right leg now, reach the right arm toward the sky, and you'll roll the heel up, the toes down a touch, and we're just going to pulse for 12 times. Join me if you haven't. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's just super important stabilizing muscle there in the outer hips. They're hard to get to unless you really focus on it. Let's bend the right knee, reach back for this foot, and kick as we open the chest. Gaze up and back. Full breaths. Gaze toward the top of your mat, draw the right knee forward, and then step right foot up to the top. Let the hands land as we find our way into this lunge. Let's take a little time to rock in it. Just experience the opening. Tucking your back toes, lift that back knee, walk your hands to the left, point the toes out wide and bend into each knee. If you want to make it a little harder, lift your chest, take hands to prayer. Stay pretty low as you move from side to side, knees tracking wide. Pelvic floor connection if possible. Two more each side. Last one. And then find center, parallel through feet. Open the arms super wide. Feel like a back bend if you can. Flap the hands upward for just 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift them. And then exhale, dive down. Find that satisfying, passive, wide-legged fold. Every hold is an opportunity to get acquainted with the breathing. Come on up again to flat back. Take your left toes in, point your right toes to the front. I'm going to step in just enough to get the heels down, both heels down. Hips are even. Take a fold. And if you want to make it a little tougher, reach your fingers backward. Spine stays long. And less toughening would be to take the right toes up and get a little extra stretch behind the right leg. Look forward, launch yourself onto the right foot. Hands are going to support you, or at least the fingertips are, as you lift this left leg up behind you. Keep the heart super light and let the gaze drift forward. And here again, we'll pulse with this back leg. We won't be pulsing all practice, but just in this activation portions, keep the hips even, belly strong as this leg lifts. Let's do 12 more. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, keep going. 3, 2, 1, step back, plant hands, find plank position, inhale. Keep breathing as you rock forward and rock back. Belly strong and lifting. You can always set the knees down. Let's keep this up. Whole body activation, really. A little more front body. More than halfway. As there will be payoffs. Warming everything up. Focusing on strength. So important as we age. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Lift for cobra with no hands. Exhale, arms forward, legs lift. Again, cobra, no hands. Inhale. Exhale, arms forward, legs lift. Do that 3 more times. One more. Hands back under you. Plant the feet. Lift for a satisfying cobra. And gentle squeeze of the butt. Dip down. Come on over knees. Let's reach the arms forward. We'll sneak a puppy in here. It doesn't have to be the deepest ever. Face down or chin down. Roll the sits bones high. Sneak out of it. Spread the fingers, press them firmly. Find downward facing dog. Stretching each heel down. Could be one at a time. All right, peek forward. Set your knees down. We got a second side to approach. Sweep this left arm up high. Thread the needle through, wringing out the spine. Keep it long though. Right hip rolls back. Connect to breath. Plant the right hand, sweep the left arm all the way open. But now we'll swing this right foot wide as you roll to the right knee. Extend the left leg. You can keep it low. Left arm crosses your ear. It's like a modified side plank, but it's mostly for the side body stretch of it. As though you could touch left fingers toward the floor. We'll reach left arm up as we do. Hover this left leg. Point the toes down, the heel up, and you're going to start pulsing. Belly strong to help isolate this outer hip muscle, so important for balancing, etc. Let's go for 12 more. Come with me. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Heel up. 3, 2, 1. Maybe we'll do more some other time. Bend the knee, kick back, open yourself for half bow. Let the gaze drift back. Take the gaze toward the top of the mat. Left knee comes forward. Place that foot there as well. Both hands roll down. Hips move forward. Let's pause for a few moments. Maybe find a natural sway. Sweetness in these moments. Tuck the back toes, lift this back knee. Again, walk your hands to the side, over to the right now, pointing the toes out super wide. We'll bend into one knee, maybe go even lower than you went on the first side. Shift side to side. If you really want to work today, lift your heart a little higher, hands to prayer, even out wide, and come all the way up, down as far as feels safe and reasonable. Knees still tracking wide. Stay in motion. Connect to belly. Let's do just one more each side. Stand up tall, parallel through feet, arms open wide. Keep a little back bend as you hinge at the hips. Come forward. You're going to circle the arms backward this time for 12, 11, 10. Let the back work between the blades. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Interlace the fingers and take the fold. Stretch for the lower back as well. You might have to bend knees to feel that. Invite the heart to slow. Come on up to halfway, arms open wide. Let the hands land. Right toes in, we'll pivot to frame the left foot. We'll take the heels in just enough to get both of them grounded, folding forward. If you want the extra challenge, reach your fingertips back. Stay long in the spine, soft in the neck. Last phase, if you want to take it, is to balance on just the heel, toes lifting up. Stay with the fold. All right, left foot down, hands will frame the foot now. Step yourself, or actually we're going to launch ourselves onto this left foot, but we will balance on fingertips. Lift strongly through the heart. Drift the gaze a little bit forward. Hips are even, you can pulse through this back leg. Keep connected to the abdomen. We got 12 more. Let's have at it. 12, 11, 10, 9. Squeeze the seat. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And step it back. Now we'll step to plank position. Stay here at the top. You can always set the knees down if it's too uncomfortable. You're going to do a mountain climber variation. Left knee taps left tricep, step it back. Right knee to right tricep, step it back. And you keep connected to your center, keep connected to breath, and stay in motion. And let's just do 5 more. 4, 3, belly lifting, 2, 1, finish even, and lower all the way the belly, lifting for a cobra. Heart wide open, shoulders back. This time dip down, tuck your toes, and turn this into an upward facing dog. Go ahead. Move it into downward facing. Come onto toes, bend your knees, you choose it. Step or spring to the top of your mat. Flatten your back. Fold all the way forward. Heart leads you as you stand all the way up, palms touching. Arms by your sides. Let's make our way to the top of the mat in Samastitihi, joining the toe mounds together. Let's take a moment to regroup. Even connecting to the intention, purpose that you set. We'll find one traditional A salute. Taking an inhale to reach upward. Exhale, dive down. Inhale to flat. Exhale, step or leap. Chaturanga if you want it. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Wave forward to plank. Rock over to your left side. Reach the right arm up, but we're not going to stay. We're going to rotate. So right arm comes way underneath the left arm, reaching, 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 and then reach all the way up. Much as earlier, you're going to take this right arm across your ear line, find a side body opening by pressing the hips up. If this doesn't work today, left knee can come down without problem. Just a few breaths. Reach the right arm high. Lift this right leg about as high as you're willing. Left toes down, right heel up, and you're going to pulse just 8 times now. Have mercy. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you kick back, grab hold of your foot? If the answer is no, set your left knee down again. It's no problem. Few breaths in the heart opener. Right knee comes forward, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Hands land inside the foot. Reach the legs away from each other. Now we'll just rock a bit, forward and back. Walk your hands to the left. Point the toes out wide. Come on over into this left knee. Let's enjoy Skandasana this time. Right toes up, hands to prayer. Really any arms that call to you, including arms open wide. Or right thumb down, bind this up, look behind you. Open wide again, rejoin palms, and then take yourself over to the right side. Savoring our half squat skandasana. Traveling through the arm variations. The spine is as vertical, even though it's diagonal, as it can remain. But the cervical spine, the neck is twisted. Arms open wide, hands return to prayer. Walk your hands into the center and then spread the feet. Make them parallel. This time, you're going to have the option to walk your feet out a little wider so you can really challenge yourself. When you come down, it might be onto forearms. Some of you, very flexible, will get onto your belly. If this just feels too unsafe, take your knees down, slide them wide, and enjoy it as frog pose. Take your pick. We're here for 10 or 12 breaths. Okay, support yourself as you inch back out of this. Find that wide-legged stance and pivot to frame the front foot. Step in just enough to align the heels. This time, right toes come right up as you fold forward. Some of you will reach back and even perhaps interlace these hands behind the left knee. A little extra challenge with the toes lifted. Let's see how we do. Handful of breaths. Right foot comes back down, look forward. Let's launch ourselves again onto this right foot. Fingertips support us, hips stay even. Let's shift weight now onto the left fingers so you can pull this right arm up to the sky. This might feel like enough, but if you're feeling like it, you could bend the back knee, reach for that foot. Sometimes a block is all the freedom you need to make this feel comfortable or reasonable. As you step it back, let us land at Peaceful Warrior. Big arms to find our way in. Come on into the side angle of your choosing. So roll the hands down. I want to invite you into an arm balance now. It'll be Kundanyasana. I'm going to offer a variation with the right knee bent on your shoulder. So if you know how to head in, go ahead in. I'm going to break it down just a little bit for those who are newer to it. So this right knee comes onto the outer tricep, hugs in a little bit to balance. Everything about this is Sending your heart forward, and elbows squeeze toward each other for stability. Okay. Heart forward, back leg can lift for 3, 2, 1. Step it down. Right foot lands again. Left knee comes down. And this time, because we've done so much in the legs already, I want to invite you toward a split. You don't have to be anywhere near it. You can be in a half split. Just find the limit of your opening in your current state. If you're someone who wants to practice the middle splits, here's an opportunity to turn yourself left and start folding in that direction a little bit. Rocking has always really helped me. You might find it helpful too. All right, let's frame this right foot. I'm going to offer you the challenge to tuck the back toes and perhaps never straighten or never bend this right knee as you come on into downward facing dog. Let's see how it goes. Back knee can lift for sure. Push the ground hard. It's all hip flexor and ab wall. Just suck this leg back and find downward facing. Wave forward. Take the flow as you want it. Meeting together at downward dog. Wave toward plank position. Left arm comes up, but it's not going to stay. We're going to get that twisted spine. So left arm comes way under, reach, 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 reach. And now sweep the left arm up. As before, left arm crosses the ear. Make it about side body, so hike your hips up super high. That right side waist lifts. If this is uncomfortable for any reason, come down onto your knee. You're still getting that stretch. You're going to lift this left arm, and as you do, you can lift the left leg as well. Point the toes down, heel up, belly hugs in. Let's go for 8 pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the top leg, kick back. Can you hold? If not, come down onto the knees, no problem. Just a few breaths here. Left knee comes forward to plant at the top of the mat. Keep the back leg lifted, hands come down. You'll reach the legs away from each other as you rock a little forward and back. Walk yourself over to the right. This time, parallel through the feet. You'll fold yourself forward. Get your feet a little closer together if you're very flexible. And you're invited to spin your fingers back. Walk through the legs as far as you can. Okay, plant the hands, Let's get the feet only to about shoulders width apart, maybe just slightly wider. I'm going to invite you into Titibhasana today. So that's all about tucking your shoulders as far underneath you as you possibly can get them. Okay. Even walking the feet a little closer, like they could squeeze onto your upper arms or upper shoulders. And plant the hands back, fingers face you. You sit down on your own triceps. Point the toes, and maybe you can extend your legs and lift the seat for 5, 4, 3, 2, straighten, 1. Set the feet down, propel yourself back onto feet, and you'll frame this left foot facing forward on your mat. Align the heels, lift the left toes, take the fold. If you want that extra challenge, walk the hands back. Some of you will even interlace them. Let there be some wobbles. You're building core stability when that happens. And then look forward. Let the foot land. Let's propel ourselves forward. Might bring a block along. At first, we're on fingertips. Hips totally align. This right leg long and strong. Heart lifts. You're going to lift this left arm up toward the sky. It'll automatically kind of twist your heart to the left. That's welcome. You can stay right here or bend the back knee, reach back, your Chapasana. Sometimes a block gives you so much more freedom, so you can explore. As we let go, let's create peaceful warrior. So big lunge back, arms up high. Do we dare to go deep? Love to lift on the left toes. Give yourself the side angle you're looking for. Pressing through left heel, last few moments here. Let's keep engaging the left leg. Don't get lazy there. And then the hands roll down. Let's take them inside this foot now. I will set the back knee down momentarily. So I want to give you a chance to come into an arm balance again. Kundanyasana is a flying split basically. If you want to take it with a left knee bend, that's a good entry point. It's also what we did last week when we moved from Kundanyasana into chin stand. So this is a good way to practice or build toward that. My best cues are squeezing inward. So that means left knee comes inward tight. Even the elbows come in tight. Heart goes usually farther forward than you think. That's how you can lever the back leg up without as much effort as otherwise. All right, let's go ahead. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Step the left foot down. Let's take this chance to get into our split. Can be half split, can be full split. You can use a prop. Find your opening. Never married to an outcome. Just looking for the appropriate thresholds. want that middle split opening. Twist yourself to the left. Could help to rock. You find the fruitful places this way. Also introduce that element of play and safety, which signals to the brain and the musculature that you are safe here, and this is good, and we won't mind coming back. Okay, now framing your left foot, you can tuck your back toes. You're going to lift the back knee and see if you can keep this left leg straight. Some of you will even be able to hover the heel off of the ground as you return to downward facing dog. So let's see how that goes. Go ahead. Land at dog pose and then wave through your flow. Meeting together, a downward dog. I'm going to sneak one inversion in here before we get into some hip openers and legs before we close. And so why don't you take the pose, the inversion that you'd like to work on today. I think I will keep it traditional and head into a headstand. Once we're up there, let's try for 8 to 10 breaths. As you come out, work your way into a restful position. I'll take child's pose. Climb up onto knees. And head into a 3 back bend sequence. It'll be camel, bow, wheel. But of course, you can modify that to suit your practice as it is today. All right, climbing up. Let's go for 5 to 6 breaths at each back bend. Squeezing the seat, lengthening the spine, lifting the heart. Before you exit, can you feel the bow in your camel? Come on up, take rest. Onto the belly, shift right into bow. I love to grab inner ankles, but all versions are welcome. Kicking. Take rest. Perhaps rocking legs. flip over, final back bend. It's wheel if you want it. Climbing down, take your favorite rest. I like pulling knees in, at least today. I'm rocking this from side to side. Okay, little hip openers as we finish. So you could cross right ankle over left knee, taking figure 4. Now, if you're craving something different, you could be in pigeon instead. I will tell you that this is about to lead into the invitation to foot behind the head though, so it might be worth hanging out and letting this develop. As you recline, left foot plants, grab hold of the right foot for happy baby. But in happy baby, you're invited to straighten this right leg. You could rebend it, explore the angles here. I have tendons that seem to kind of get caught in the hip a little bit, so I'm always trying to negotiate around that. I think we all have that to some degree. It's good to learn your particular body, of course. And then you'll bend the knee, pull this foot across your body like you could tap your left shoulder, and some of you will. And lie back. And now if you would like to, lift your head and chest, head toward heel. If it feels reasonable and safe, take the right leg behind you. This one I haven't explored in a while, and it feels different every time I arrive. So I'm just going to be true to where I'm at. But if you're feeling really good, you could really wiggle that right leg behind you. Even get into prayer hands. Or if you're not quite there yet, use your thumbs and lift your chin to keep the foot behind your head. A few more breaths. And then recline. Okay. Stay with me. We're finishing up. Left leg crosses over the right, or ankle. Pull this knee in. Option to lift the head and chest. Just love to observe how the poses can deepen when we're at just the right level of tension. And we'll lie back. Plant the right foot, take the left foot into half happy baby. Okay. explore what it's like to straighten the leg. Notice which angles feel right, which don't. You can straighten and rebend. And now you'll bend the knee, lift your chest as though you could touch this foot onto your right shoulder, and some of you will. And if that's gone well enough, lie back. You'll practice that head over the foot pose, or foot over the head pose. So lift your forehead toward the heel. If that's gone well, tuck the left arm under. You can wiggle your way into a reasonable depth. Variations welcome. Be very deep. See if you can hold it without hands. And when enough is enough, recline all the way. And do a quick body scan. Is there anything else, any stone unturned that you'd like to visit with? Feel free to pause and come back, but do join me for Shavasana. Spread out. Let the breath drift. Facial muscles soften. The back and the hips let go. Even the feet and the fingers release. waking back up. And breath and body. Climb up for final seat. Today I want to say a hello to D-Ron or D-Ron. I see you. Thank you for being here. And thank you to everyone. If you want to leave a comment, you might tell us what it is that keeps you connected to your purpose. Like when you fall off, how do you get back? I know yoga has something to do with it. Is there anything else? I'm curious. Thank you again. We'll see you soon. Be well.